Everyone, thanks for tuning in. You just heard me play Girls, Girls, Girls of Motley Crue's 1987 album with the same name. This is a fun track, it's a party track, it's a sleaze glam rock classic. It's quite a simple song, but not as easy as it looks. So in this lesson I'll show you how you can play it. So let's do it. So let's start off with the intro to this song, and the intro is basically just a G power chord. Now Mick Mars is playing this in the open position, and you can also play this here as the conventional power chord, like this, or like this with the octave in. This would work perfectly fine, but to get the sound of the recording and to get that really big sound, I suggest you play the open chord. So that would be your conventional G major shape. Just use your whammy bar to pull it down and push the whole chord down to get into the main riff. So make sure you have a tuning system that stays in tune, because otherwise you'll be out of tune before the song even really starts. The main riff sounds like this. Now I personally think this is one of Mick Mars' best riffs. I just love the sound, I love how gritty and how mean it sounds on the record, and also it's grooving incredibly well. So what's actually happening? Well, what Mick is doing is he's sliding the G power chord up to the A power chord and back down, like this. And then he's sliding with an open E in between, the G to the F sharp. Now I see many people play this actually, like this. But if you've noticed, I played it differently, because Mick is playing it like this. And I think that's very important, because playing the G power chord, or essentially it's the G power chord, on the 5th fret A and D string gives it exactly that gritty feel. And that's sliding up, just hitting this note once, sliding up and back down to the 7th fret, 5th fret to 7th fret, back down. Then we play that open E in between, and then we use the conventional power chords, G to F sharp. So both together. Now then we land on the E string, and then we give it a little bit of an accent with the top two notes, that's the E string and the B string up here. So it's basically this rhythm. Also, another important thing here is I see people play the accent as a downstroke, so like this. But I believe Mick plays it as an upstroke, and I personally play it as an upstroke as well, because it just feels more right to me. It just feels more in the groove. And also the sound is more clear, because you have the top E string ringing first. So I think that's a small thing, but very important in order to get the feel and the groove of the whole riff. So after that, we basically continue with the sliding of the power chords. And then we play this little line up here. So you play the open E and the E power chord, then you have a rest, and that rest is very, very important to play that. And you hit the E chord again. And after that you hit the E chord, you play this little G to G sharp line. And you play that twice. And then that's the first part of the main riff. Let's play it up to speed. After you've played that, you immediately repeat it, and this time you stay on that G chord for just half a beat longer, because you're kind of out of sequence with the beats as in the beginning, you land on the G chord half a beat earlier, so you stay a little longer on this. This is also very important in order to get the feel of the whole main riff. So could you see how much longer I stayed on that G? That also propels the whole rhythm a bit forward, because it has shifted a bit. It's actually very clever, and that's why I think this is one of Mick's best riffs. And then you just repeat the same thing again with the accents. And then again, beginning of the riff. The ending is a little bit different than before. So instead of playing this, we play this. We have this little low E in between. We have to have that in between, so we land on the A chord for the next beat, for the next bar, on the first beat. So again, that's how it is. So I'll play you the whole main riff up to speed now. So next up is the verse riff, and that one is pretty simple actually. I'll play it to you first and then I'll talk a bit about it. So what is actually happening? We play the A power chord, so the whole riff revolves around A. And then we play the D power chord and the E. But again, we play it like we did in the main riff. So that's for the D power chord, that's the 7th fret, D and G strings. And for the E power chords, 2 frets higher, the 9th fret. So, and then we play A going to D, A going to E, A going to D. In the end, we did do a little bit of an octave thing. So once we play the D power chord, we actually give it a little whack with our whammy bar, but just a tiny bit. I demonstrate. So that is enough. We don't need more. We don't need excessive like that. We just need a little whack. So again. And after that, we go back down to the A and repeat the same thing with the E. But before going to the A, we play this little G note in between. So that's the G on the 3rd fret, low E string. So in total. So I'll play it a little bit more slowly so you could actually see what I'm doing here. The last bit is just an octave going back and forth from the octave D, so that's on the 5th fret, sliding down to the octave C sharp, which is on the 4th fret. So you hit the D once and then you slide back and forth. Now I play this with my index and with my pinky because that feels most comfortable to me. But you could also play this with your index and your ring finger. And that's all there is to the verse riff. Now after we played the verse, we go back to the chorus, or actually I say go back to the chorus, we go to the chorus, but we play the main riff again. One time on E, and then we play the same thing, but on A. Check it out. Okay, so what's happening? So you know the first bit of the chorus already, because that's the main riff. We play that lick going to the A. So that is like that. And then we do the same thing, but on the A string. So instead down here, that is the riff played over E. And that's the riff played over A. So everything's shifting just one string higher. And now obviously we can't play the accents here, because that would give us an E chord over an A, but we want an A chord. So therefore we play the accents just as a power chord. Like that. Again. And then for the second time we play this. Just accenting that A power chord. And then going back down. So the whole chorus riff played up to speed. So that's it. That was me showing you how to play Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please consider to give a like and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future uploads. And leave a comment in the comment section below telling me which song I should do a tutorial or a lesson on next. And until then, see you.